Hi, I'm Chas, and you're watching Chas's Crazy Creations. Head to the dollar store and grab a few supplies for these fun DIYs. Let's get started. For these first DIY snowflakes, we'll be using a regular sheet of printer paper. Start by folding the paper diagonally across. Then cut off the excess piece of paper. You're left with a triangle. Fold that triangle in half and then fold it in half again. Now, when I was a kid in school, I was taught to just pick up the scissors and start cutting shapes out of your paper. This will create a DIY snowflake, and each one will always be unique and different. So I just start by cutting off the corners, maybe cut some triangles or some curvy lines or some different shapes in them, and every snowflake, just like real snowflakes, will be unique and different this way. Once your cutting is complete, unfold and open up to reveal your snowflake. Now, folding in this shape will lead to a square or diamond shape snowflake. Now let's do another variation. Now we're still going to use a plain piece of paper or construction paper for this one. Simply place a plate on and then trace around it with a pencil. This will make a circle for you. We'll be creating a circle snowflake this time. Next, grab your scissors and cut out the entire circle. Now fold your circle in half, then half again, and half again for a total of 4 folds. Once again, grab your scissors and just start carving away. This time I went for a curvy end on the bottom, and then I cut different shapes out on the sides and the top. This way, once again, every snowflake will be a little different and unique, which is exactly what I love. Now, if you're looking for tutorials for specific kinds of snowflakes, you can definitely find those out there online, but I'm more a fan of getting just plain creative. Now it's time to reveal this snowflake. So simply unfold it to reveal your circle snowflake that looks very different from the first snowflake that we made. Moving on to other DIY snowflakes, we'll be using a coffee filter. Start by folding the coffee filter in half, then in half again, and then again. This would be a total of 3 times. Now grab your scissors and just start cutting away, just like before, however you'd like, working with the edges and the sides and the top. One of the things that I like about this is coffee filters are super easy to cut. This is a great one for young kids to get involved with. Now open it up to reveal this snowflake. And one of the things I love about these is they're a little translucent and they have a little bit of a texture because of the folds in them. So it gives a different look than the paper ones do. If you have a memory or a story to share, let me know in the comments below. For this DIY snowflake, we're going to be using a doily from the dollar store. Just like the coffee filter, we're going to take the doily and fold it in half, then in half, and then in half one more time for a total of 3 times. Since the bottom half is lacy, I'm going to be leaving that part alone, but you could cut this if you'd like. I'm going to be focusing on the solid plain upper half, and I'm going to be cutting the shapes out of both sides and the top here. By using these doilies, there is a lot less cutting involved, and once again, they're pretty easy to cut. Now I'll open this doily up to reveal this snowflake that's once again very unique in its own, and I love how the lace just helps give it more of that snowflake look. Now what I did with this is I glued a bunch of these together to create a table runner for my home. But what about a giant snowflake? How do you make DIY giant snowflakes? Well, I'm going to take 6 doilies, and I picked the biggest size, and I'm going to fold them like an accordion back and forth until the whole thing's folded up. I'm going to repeat this for all 6 doilies. Now it's time to assemble them. So I'm going to put some hot glue on the bottom of one doily that's folded up and stick another one to it so they're stacked. Then I'm going to attach the center of these doilies together by adding a little hot glue to the edges. So now they're attached at the center as well as the bottom. I'm going to repeat this process with all 6 doilies. So starting at the bottom, gluing that together, then attaching the sides, then the bottom, then the sides, and then when I get to the last one, the last set of sides will be attached to each other. And if you make a mistake, it's okay, just slightly pull them apart and then fix your mistake. And here's a quick look at the finished large snowflake. Now that's not the only large snowflake. I'm going to teach you another one next. But if you want to be notified of future videos, look for the link in the description below. For this next giant snowflake, you're going to need 8 lunch bags, and they can be brown or white. Starting with the side that doesn't have the fold, I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to make a squiggly line down the center. And then I'm going to make a line across the bottom. Next, I'm going to take another bag and place it on top, the same direction. So the folded side is on the bottom. I'm going to press that until that's firm. Then I'm going to repeat this process down the center and across the bottom, and place another bag on top, and I'll continue to do that for a total of 8 bags. Once all 8 bags are ready, you should be able to open it kind of like a fan or an accordion like this. But we're going to close it back up, and now it's time to use the scissors. Now you could leave the top plain, or you can do like I am and cut a curve off the top. Now you're going to cut the sides, and you're going to cut above kind of the fold spot down below because we're going to need some glue to keep the center solid. But whatever you do on one side, you're going to want to match that on the other side to give it an equal look from both sides, and you'll see why soon. But I'm going to cut a triangle and then a curve on one side, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. Now it's going to open in a circle, so think about a fan and how you made those when you were younger, and you're going to pull it across until it reaches the other side like this. Next, you're going to open it back up a little bit because we need to glue it closed. So you're going to start by gluing the base, and you're going to glue the fold of the last bag so that the fold stays closed, and then you're going to glue the entire bottom on both sides so it sticks together. Then you'll work your way up towards the top until the entire thing is glued together. Here's the completed DIY giant snowflake. Now, if you're looking for some other DIY snowflake ideas, grab some hangers. You're going to need 8 of them, and you're going to place them in this shape, so in sets of 2. You can either hot glue them into place or use zip ties to hold them together. Next, you're going to place all of those sets of 2 together so that they all create a snowflake shape. Then you're going to reinforce that with hot glue and or zip ties. Add some embellishments and put it on display. For another DIY snowflake, with puzzles that have missing pieces, glue them together in a snowflake shape, place a magnet on the back, and then paint them white. You can either hand paint them or spray paint them. Then add some glitter, and you've got a snowflake magnet. Print and cut out some snowflakes, place a piece of parchment paper or wax paper over the top. Use some fabric paint and then paint over the top. It'll peel off and work like a window cling. You can also use glitter glue from your hot glue gun to trace those snowflakes and then hang those up in your window as well. And lastly, you can use plain glue, and it'll be nice and clear, and just Mod Podge on some fake snow and then hang that in your window as well. Of all these snowflakes, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And I hope this inspires you to create some DIY snowflakes of your own. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog at chascrazycreations.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Want 21 sensible home hacks to make you a smarter homeowner? Look for the link in the description below.